Brought to you by GatewayCitySavers.com.
Softli's Scouting Report, hosted by Cliff Saunders, exclusively on 101ESPN.com.
Welcome on into the Softli Scouting Report here on 101ESPN.com. Cliff Saunders, Tony Softli, our 101 ESPN NFL analyst. Well, we'd love to preview a Rams playoff game, but unfortunately the Rams lost to Seattle last week, 16-6. So it's the Softli season recap here on 101ESPN.com. Tony, thanks as always for joining us.
You bet, Cliff.
What's the biggest thing you took away from this 7-9 season?
Well, 7-9 season, but what I took away is my prediction was 5-11. I thought if they went 5-11, it'd be an awesome year, it'd be a fantastic year, and it was. It really was. It was a little bit of a disappointment because they didn't win the NFC West that they were in the hunt for, but what I took away was growth. They've exceeded all expectations, and you know what? It's a young head coach, a young team. They just need some more players, and they'll take that next step. I really believe that. But I love the growth of this team this year.
We know what Sam Bradford did well. What does he need to improve on for next year?
Well, he needs to continue to play within himself. I think he also needs to don't force a lot of turnovers, don't force balls, and in pressure situations, be calm and cool like you were at the beginning of the year and let it carry through. I thought he had a fantastic season. I think he should be the offensive rookie of the year. I also think, just the comfort zone of the offense, I think he needs to grow some more into that. And it'd be nice to see some fourth quarter comebacks. He was put in that situation a couple of times. It didn't happen. So that's just part of the growth process as a rookie quarterback. But he had a fantastic year.
Let's talk Steven Jackson, the only Pro Bowler on the Rams roster. What difference did you see in him this year as opposed to last year?
Well, he had the back surgery during the offseason. I think total body composition, he's now 242 pounds at 5% body fat. I also think that he didn't change the way he ran. He ran, even with a surgical back, he ran strong. He ran behind his pads. He ran with power. They gave him the ball as a receiver, as a runner. So I still see Steven Jackson progressing. I thought that he finished the season as strong as he started it. He finished it with the same strength, and that was important for a guy with a surgical back.
Tony, who is the one player that surpassed your expectations in 2010?
Well, you could always, Sam Bradford's the easiest one to say that, but really it's Rodger Saffold for me. Here's a starting, drafted him as a starting right tackle, ended up starting at the left tackle. He played against guys like Tom Bahali, Jared Allen, I could go on, and he held his own against these guys. He played very well. He played within himself. He played together with Jacob Bell on the left side, and I thought he did a very good job. Rodger Saffold is going to be a good football player and a future Pro Bowler.
On the other side of the coin, who is the one player in your mind that fell short of your expectations?
Well, I would have to say Marty Gilliard. When I helped draft Marty Gilliard, the things he did at Cincinnati as a returner, as a receiver, a slot, he played out in the outside as a receiver. I thought he had a chance to come in here and do some really good things, compliment Danny Amendola in the middle, and Gibson and Robinson on the outside. But he fell a little short on the middle side of it. The coaching staff, Nolan Cromwell, will get this guy up to speed. They're going to work with him during the offseason. But Marty Gilliard, to me, was just a little bit of a disappointment, even though he did show flashes of the ability to play on special teams and have some production as a gunner.
Let's talk about the head coach, Steve Spagnuolo. 1-15 in year one, 7-9 year two. Difference in him between 2009 and 2010?
He remained the same. He's an even-keeled guy. He's continued. His calmness was very important for this young football team. He continues to build the championship foundation. The defense was much more comfortable in his second year of the defense. And Spag still has a goal in sight, and that's to win the Super Bowl, and that's to win the division first, then the Super Bowl. And they came very close to that this year. Just a couple more players, and everything will be fine for them.
Let's talk about Steve Spagnuolo's staff. What would you like to see them as a staff improve upon for next year?
Well, you know what? I think identifying challengeable plays. I think that he relies on those guys up in the box, and it was evident in the game in Seattle, which was like a playoff game, the last game of the season. There's a few plays in there that were able to be challenged, and they didn't. They got to examine that a little bit better. Continuity within the offense and defense. Don't shuffle players in and out. I mean, if there's injuries, yes. If not, stay with the players, your starters, and go with it. It's not about experiment. It's about winning the game. And questionable game planning and adjustments at times. And I think the Seattle game was another good game that was evident of that. Everybody thought they were going to run coming out to shoot and protect. Charlie Whitehurst, it didn't happen, and they came out throwing the ball. Well, it took them a second to adjust to that. When they adjusted, they countered and started running the ball in the second half and really got after them. So just some of those things, and I know Coach Spagnuolo, he'll attack that stuff during the offseason.
We know this team still has a plethora of needs. Not as many, obviously, as a year ago at this time, but they still have a number of needs. Give me the one biggest need in your mind for this football team.
Well, you know what? Playmakers. Playmakers and difference makers, Cliff. That's what they need. Obviously, they need wide receivers. They need to surround Bradford with some more playmakers, some big-time wide receivers. I think they need a number 2 running back. They missed out on Legarius Blunt. Would have been a prime guy to come here and back up Steven Jackson. There's going to be some guys out there in free agency in the draft that they have to take advantage of and go after. I think outside linebacker is another position that needs to be addressed. A safety, interior defense and offensive lineman. You never come out of the draft without an offense and a defensive lineman, and this year is going to be critical.
Even though the season didn't end in a playoff spot, the arrow is pointing up over at Rams Park. Tony, good work this season. Thank you so much. We all appreciate that.
I appreciate it, Cliff. It was good working with you.
For Tony Softli, I'm Cliff Saunders. This has been the Softli Scouting Report, the Softli Season Recap Edition on 101ESPN.com.